Sing original. Yeah, what am I talking about? Now I say the other day, we never have a thing and used to move on away. But now we make a flex and I try to get pay. I might name a call, say the youth gonna stray. But remember when we never have no money, remember when we never have no CD, remember when we never have no party, remember when we used to live a country, remember when we never have no money, remember when we never have no CD, remember when we never have no party, remember when we used to live a country.
As my thoughts manifest, brain cells plus lyrics react. I think about the days when there was no contract. I used to hop the train because I had no dough, playing beats on the chairs and ideas begin to flow. Mama said there'd be days like this when the baby face chaos could get paid for the lyrics. But anyway, by the time I was a toddler, a kid that understood he wasn't wanted by his father. Staring out my window, broke like Mr. Window, and nobody knows the trouble that I went through to get here. But where is here in this case? No friends, no foes, just people smiling in your face. But mama said life's a double-headed knife. If you stab, you get stabbed, either you paid or you pay the price. Some people listen when I start to flow, but I'm that same baby face from a while ago. So yo, remember we remember this, remember us, son. Paid in the shade, but like Jack, you get nickels, son. Thanks to those that's down to support us. White T bust the chat, bring back the chorus.
Remember when we never have no money, remember when we never have no CD, remember when we never have no party, remember when we used to live a country, remember when we never have no money, remember when we never have no CD, remember when we never have no party, remember when we used to live a country.
Do you remember how it was when we were not what we are now, that we've become what we became, and you didn't know the name? I never really was all of that, but nowadays, my man, if you're fat, you're fat. Most thought that I was corny, calling me a whack ass, but now who's the jackass? Kissing my black ass. Girls never kissed me, always try to diss me, but now it's like if the whole world is hanging with me. Is it because I never, ever sever my connection with my personal reflection? I simply started rapping and look at what is happening. Every time I come around, people start clapping, and I don't understand what is the reason for the treasonable behavior. Save the bullshit for later. It seems you have forgotten that the original being that you're seeing was not always MCing. I used to get rejected, neglected and ejected, disrespected, treated like I was infected. Now everybody seems to think that here is where it's at, but you were saying I would never be fat. Remember that?
Remember when we never have no money, remember when we never have no CD, remember when we never have no party, remember when we used to live a country, remember when we never have no money, remember when we never have no CD, remember when we never have no party, remember when we used to live a country. I say remember when we never have a thing, I say remember it's when the white I sing, I say remember when we never have a thing. Do you remember the song where they get the people sing? Remember when we never have no money, remember when we never have no CD, remember when we never have no party, remember when we used to live a country.
Walking down the street and I I just said it was blue, man. I just said it was blue, man.